Hi, and welcome to Cenario, your partner in mental wellness. Here on our channel, we share educational, insightful, and science-backed content to help you understand your mental health and take meaningful steps toward a more balanced life. If you're ready to learn, grow, and take control of your wellness journey, let's jump right in.
All right, let's talk about something we've all felt. That sudden, electrifying jolt that's part terror, part thrill. It's this totally universal human thing. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and really get into the science of what's happening when your body's alarm system goes into overdrive. You know the feeling, right? That split second before you have to give a big presentation, or maybe when a car cuts you off in traffic. All of a sudden, your heart is just hammering in your chest, your senses are razor sharp, and it feels like time itself just stretches. Yeah, that feeling. That's exactly what we're unpacking. And the crazy thing is, the triggers are everywhere, aren't they? It's not always some life or death scenario. It could be the pure fun of a roller coaster drop, the stress of a deadline that's breathing down your neck, or even just a good jump scare in a movie. Your body is wired to react, whether the threat is real or just, really good special effects. So what is actually physically happening inside of us during those moments? Let's get into the science of it all. Okay, so at its very core, an adrenaline rush is all about hormones. Your brain, our little command center, spots a trigger, could be danger, could be excitement, and it sends a lightning fast message down to your adrenal glands. Those glands then just flood your system with a hormone called epinephrine, which you and I know by its much more famous name, adrenaline. And the effects of that hormone dump? Wow, they are immediate and you absolutely feel them. Your heart starts racing, you're breathing faster, you get this incredible laser-like focus. And that feeling of time slowing down, that's actually your brain processing information so fast that the world seems to slow down around you. It's a total body and mind takeover. What's truly amazing is just how fast this all happens. We're talking about a super efficient, high-speed chain reaction that turns a single thought or perception into a massive physical response in just a couple of seconds. Let's just walk through this signal chain real quick. It all kicks off in the brain. It sees the trigger and immediately activates our fight or flight response. That sends a direct line, a signal, straight to the adrenal glands. And then, bam, epinephrine hits the bloodstream, and your entire body is officially on high alert, ready for anything. So you might be wondering, how does one little hormone molecule create such a huge, body-wide reaction so fast? Well, the secret is this tiny second messenger inside our cells called CAMP. Think of it like this. Adrenaline is the person knocking on the front door. CAMP is the one that flings the door open and screams the message to everyone inside the house. It amplifies that signal, turning one quiet knock into a full-blown, coordinated alert in a split second. But here's the thing about this powerful system. It's a real double-edged sword. It can be the source of incredible fun and peak performance, but it can also be a source of chronic, draining stress. So let's look at this duality, the thrill versus the threat. Just look at the comparison here. In the short term, that surge can feel absolutely amazing. We're talking euphoria, intense focus, even a burst of strength. It's why people go bungee jumping, right? But when that system is getting triggered over and over and over by chronic stress from, say, work or life, it really starts to wear the body down. That leads to things like poor sleep, constant anxiety, and even serious long-term health risks. We've all heard the stories, haven't we? The classic one about the parent who lifts a car to save their child. It's this powerful idea that adrenaline can literally turn us into superheroes for a moment. The reality, as you can probably guess, is a little more complicated. What adrenaline does is give you this massive, instant burst of energy while also dulling your sense of pain. So in these incredibly rare, extreme moments, it can allow for amazing feats of strength. But it's not a reliable superpower you can just turn on and off. Pushing your body that hard, that fast, comes with some serious physical risks. So, how long does this whole experience last? Well, the really intense peak of the rush is surprisingly short. We're talking just a few minutes. But the after effects, that jittery, on-edge feeling, that can stick around for up to an hour while your body slowly works to clear all that extra adrenaline out of your system. So, knowing all this, the big question becomes, can we control it? Can we actually learn to harness this incredible biological response and use it to our advantage? Well, the answer is a definite yes. This is where a little psychology comes into play. There's this idea called the Yerkes-Dodson principle, which basically shows that our performance follows a curve. A little bit of that adrenaline-fueled alertness, the good kind of nerves before a big game, that can actually sharpen your focus and help you perform better. But there's a tipping point. Too much arousal, like full-on panic, and your brain gets foggy, your fine motor skills go out the window, and your performance just tanks. The whole trick is finding that sweet spot right at the top of the curve. And you know who's mastered this? Elite athletes and performers. They use specific techniques to stay in that sweet spot. They'll simulate pressure in practice so the real thing feels normal. They'll do physical warm-ups to get their heart rate up on their own terms. And they use mental tools, like visualizing success, to channel all that energy productively. They turn potential panic into peak performance. Okay, but what about the flip side? What about when you don't want the rush? When it's not helping you win a game, it's just making you anxious. Well, the good news is you've got a toolkit for that too. This technique right here might be the most powerful tool you have. Slow, deep breathing, especially when you make your exhale longer than your inhale, directly activates the part of your nervous system responsible for calming you down. It's the rest and digest system, and it literally acts like a brake on your fight or flight response. You are physically telling your body, hey, we're safe, stand down.
And beyond in-the-moment techniques, you can work on lowering your overall stress baseline. Simple daily habits can make a world of difference. Things like getting consistent sleep, watching your caffeine intake, and getting regular exercise. All of this helps keep your nervous system from being on a hair trigger, which means fewer unwanted surges in the first place.
And of course, it is super important to know when you need to bring in a professional. If these rushes are happening all the time for no reason, or if they come with scary symptoms like chest pain or feeling faint, it's absolutely time to talk to a doctor to make sure there isn't something else going on. So the next time you feel that familiar jolt, that surge of adrenaline, try not to just react. Think of it as a message. Your body is talking to you. It's telling you that something, whatever it is important or exciting or maybe a little bit scary. The real question is, now that you understand the language, what are you going to do with that information?
Thank you for watching Cenario. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. For personalized mental wellness supplements, visit Cenario.com. See you in the next one.